Hello. Welcome. Hi. I'm big like this because I last was on this when I was making my thumbnail for YouTube. I was going like, whoa, whoa, I just got the Ascend ability in Tears of the Kingdom. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, you gotta hit him with one of the whoas, or you gotta go like, oh, wow. Be down here, you gotta like be diagonal and go like, oh, wow, gaming. It doesn't have to be rare. I could just do this all the time if you want. I mean, it would cover the game, but I don't think that would be very fun for this because I want. No, the problem is my big old hair. It always covers the text box when it's down on the bottom, you know? Thank you. I try to make them fun. And I try to make them unique so it's not just like the same thing when you look down the bald toggle. Oh gosh, you know what? The funny thing is about that, there is actually I have a screenshot. I have to find it somewhere. I have a screenshot of me bald. Because when Non was drawing the model for me, she was streaming it. Like she was like streaming the art. So I did see the thing being drawn. I did see myself being drawn. Almost in real time. Most of it. So yeah, there was a point at which I was just bald. I might have that somewhere. I don't know if the VOD is still around. I think that might be gone now, but maybe not, huh? I'd have to ask Non. But yeah, anyway, I hope you're doing well today. I hope you're doing well today. Today is, what is it? Thursday? Wednesday. I was close. What a week, huh, Captain? It's Wednesday. It's been one of those weeks. Honestly, I feel like the last several weeks have been one of those weeks, but you know what? That's fine. Last week was definitely that week because of my horrible neck injury. And this week I'm okay, but still kind of like weird because I'm managing it with pain relief meds. Like I'm able to manage it now. Like I wasn't able before, but now I can. Very Thursday, Wednesday, honestly. Yeah, it's Wednesday, or as I like to call it, Thursday. Or no, yeah, okay. You know what? It's fine. It's Wednesday. Anyway, Paranormasight. I think we're getting pretty close to finishing this. I don't know if we'll finish today. I think there's probably still quite a bit of content left for us, but I think we were mostly on the cop arc, the buddy cop arc, when we left off. Let's see here. I think you can just fully zoom this out, right? That's how, yeah, that's the full zoom out. And then looks like the two, okay, so there is one as Yako, which is no longer available. Because it's like the icon is like shattered there. That means we can't go there just yet. But we have one here, sorting things out, which I actually just stopped partway. So we'll just go over this. Hajime Yoshimi's death. Nejima's threat of mass murder. The problems just pile up, putting the detective's goal of collecting all the curse stones in jeopardy. Susumi leaves Ario to handle the investigation while he catches a quick break. Let's go. Yeah, go take a nap, old man. You've been up all night. Susumi is really the Mike Ehrmantraut of this game, if you think about it. You know what I mean? Sorry for the wait, boss, but I managed to gather some information. Wait, did I already? I thought I did that already. Did I not? I might have to load. I'm sorry. I think I just have to load a save. It would probably be this one. Okay, yeah, we're back where we were. Okay, I just have to remember what I have to do. There's a lot we need to do, but not a lot we can do. This ain't looking good. We're gonna run out of time if we don't do something. Gotta keep moving. Okay, I guess we'll just move somewhere. We'll just go somewhere, I guess. Oh, okay. I guess literally going one line would have opened up a lot for me. So we can go back to hanging out with our boy Richter, or we can go cop. Anybody got a preference? What do we want to do today? Do you feel like cop today? Or do you feel like hanging out with Richter today? I can go either way, and we'll see both either way. This one's called Fancy Sushi, and this one's called Life Can Be Tough. Fancy Sushi does sound fun. Life Can Be Tough might not be very fun. These two right here. Somebody name one, and then I'll go to that one. Life Can Be Sushi. Come on, Daisy! I'm kidding. Life can be sushi. Life can be sushi. Life can be... Am I a joke to you people? You want to get Ricky rolling? Alright, let's get Ricky rolling. Throughout the night, Richter continues to gather information about the cursed stones, while Haruhi lies awake until dawn, preoccupied by the prospect of bringing her lost child back to life. Oh, I got it. Whoa, I pressed the button wrong. Okay. No more buddy cop for a while. We're back to Haruhi having the worst day of her life. Error 20 freaking 5. Thank you so much. Thanks so much. Okay, that's more than 1 2 year, I think now. Actually, no, I think that yeah, we're gonna have 2 years soon. So I'm definitely gonna try to make some more subs. Remind me. 20 freaking 5. Thank you so much, Arrow. Glad you're here. Hope you're having a good one. We are back with Haruhi and Richter, our friends. Good morning, ma'am. How you feeling? I'm fine. I hope we can make good progress today. How's your curse stone looking? I haven't felt anything from it since sunrise. Interesting. It's possible that its powers can only be unleashed at night then. That aside, why are you so late this morning? There are, unfortunately, some things that can't be investigated while the world slumbers. But I did get some research with what limited time I had. Very well, let's talk. Surroundings. The town is beginning to wake up once more. The clamor of society can be heard from beyond the garden gates. Like any day, a cloud of pollution drifts out from the industrial area. He's looking a bit tired. He must have been up all night investigating. And by the way, there's something I wanted to tell you about. And what's that? Our current plan is to steal a curse stone that's already absorbed soul drags, but I'm wondering if it would suffice to not steal, but instead negotiate with a curse bearer and have them use the right for our purpose. Oh. I mean, I suppose that would accomplish the same, but do you think it's possible? Oh my god, Haruhi is a freak. She's like, she looks disappointed at the idea of not killing someone. Richter's like, okay, what if there was a way to do this without killing people? And she's like, oh, well, okay, I guess that's a lot less fun, but whatever, I guess we can do that. So long as we offer compensation, it may prove much easier than you'd expect. Compensation. Oh, I see what he's getting at. She's like old money rich. She can probably afford to literally just buy all the soul drags she needs. Cash, for instance. That wouldn't be off the table for a family as rich as the Shigemas, would it? I think we gotta let this guy live, Haruhi. Damn, literally. Oh my god. Of course. Why, any amount would be fine if it get the job done. I won't let monetary matters lead me to regret the way it did back with the ransom. Okay, well, with that option on the table, let's figure out our strategy. Okay, about the curse bearers. Do you have a curse bearer with whom we can negotiate in mind? Not yet. Surprisingly, it seems the other curse bearers haven't been that proactive about collecting soul dregs. Did you see the news this morning? No, I haven't. Overnight, 3 mysterious deaths were reported in this area. They've yet to announce the identities of the bodies found, but we know what they are. But they've been nicknamed the Honjo serial killings. It's garnered quite some attention on the streets. Oh my. Only 3? What? She's crazy. That's what I thought. Even if the victims were curse bearers, just 1 or 2 wouldn't be enough soul dregs. Yeah, because there's a guy going around confiscating everybody's soul stones, or curse stones, I mean. And for what those curse stones are capable of, a mere 3 victims seems a little on the low side. With this little activity all through the night, the curse bearers must be a cautious bunch. What's holding them back? Are we not all after the power of resurrection? There may still be some undiscovered victims, but it doesn't seem like anyone has gathered enough soul dregs yet. We might have to set up some bait to spur them into action. And then we offer them the deal? Okay. That's interesting too. You think there'd be some about... Sorry, I was just skipping through that. I thought maybe that was a repeat. None of the curse bearers seem very proactive. I wonder if this situation could be what the mastermind who kicked it all off intended. You mentioned hearing an agonized voice telling you to kill when you first obtained the curse stone. That doesn't sound like a coincidence to me. Someone agitated the curses in this area on purpose, and they are likely after the rite of resurrection as well. So you're thinking this person is not one of the curse bearers? You've got a sharp mind, ma'am. Though it might seem obvious for the mastermind to become a curse bearer and collect soul dregs if they were after the rite, this would be very risky, since as a curse bearer, they themselves would become a target. So it'd actually be more convenient if the curse bearers moved less aggressively. That's right, but despite that, they've been inciting the curse bearers to commit murders. Why? Let's consider this. What if the mastermind isn't trying to collect soul dregs themselves? You mean their intention was also to steal the souls while the other curse bearers compete with each other from the start? Sitting back and observing from the sidelines is the safer course of action, which is why I figured it's best for us to attempt the same strategy. So how should we do it? There's still reason to suspect the mastermind could be a curse bearer themselves. To be honest, I want to keep my distance from whoever it is. There's no telling what kind of power they might possess. Whether our aim is to negotiate or steal, we'll have to outpace the mastermind in making contact with the other curse bearers. How do you suppose we do so? At this point, all we can do is search. Okay, this is funny that they're kind of just going with the mastermind theory, even though we're not really entirely sure about that. We have the cop guy who's just taking other people's curse stones, which probably made it so they didn't kill anybody that night. Because we know we knew that the teacher at the school straight up murders Yako as soon as he meets her when he has the stone, but he can't obviously when he doesn't have it. So we don't really know if there's a mastermind just yet, but there's a couple people that seem to know a little bit more than they're letting on. It's strange. If there's a mastermind in studying the curse bearers to collect soul dregs, can we be sure there even is a rite of resurrection? Good question. The rite could be nothing but a myth fabricated to spur the curse bearers into action. Seeing it might be for naught, do you want to give up, ma'am? Never. Understood. After all, we'll never know the truth unless we see it for ourselves. But we'll do it without using the curses ourselves. Okay. By the way, I met a few people who seemed like potential curse bearers last night. I did some investigating into all of them, but I only managed to get detailed information on 2. You're quick. I suppose that's to be expected from an investigator extraordinaire. I appreciate the flattery. However, I am a homosexual man. First, there's Ayabe Tono, the girl we talked to before, though she isn't a curse bearer herself. She's a student attending T University of Art. She currently lives alone in an apartment near Midoricho Park. You even determined her address? You're not one to be underestimated, Mr. Investigator Extraordinaire. I called every single university with ukiyo-e in the curriculum pretending to be her parent. I went around to check on her place on the way here. It doesn't seem like she returned home last night. I'm worried she might have run into some trouble. Didn't you attempt to follow her last night? I'm embarrassed to say, but I couldn't. She shook me. I couldn't keep track of her. And here I thought you were an investigator extraordinaire. I'd like to learn more about her, but it would take some time. She is planning to steal the curse stones, just like us. It's best we act carefully around her. Okay, what about the other one? Next is the tall man who was dressed in black. I met him near Kinshicho. He stood out with the way he dressed. I managed to get some good information from him. Impressive. What can I say? He works as a secretary to Hihaku Soaps' chairwoman. I believe his name is Takumi Yumioka. Oh, that's the first guy we met. The Hihaku Soaps headquarters and factories are both located in Honjo, correct? Yes, they've been here for a while, but it's only in the past 10 years that the company has shown significant growth. I remember seeing the chairwoman on the news a few years back. She seems to be very shrewd. With the increase in sales, I'd assume she'd want her factories running at full capacity. But with the harsh restrictions against industrial waste, a lot of the factories with older equipment had to be shut down. That's right, even 10 years ago there were many complaints about chemical plants dumping waste into the river. Most companies back then were more concerned with making a profit than protecting the environment. Interesting. I wonder what a man working for such a company would have been up to in the middle of the night. On the way here, I stopped by the company's headquarters, but they hadn't started for the day. Should have better luck later. Let's hope you will. Perhaps they're interested in seeing if the right would be beneficial for their project research into beauty and skincare. Can you imagine, dude? There are actual human souls in this soap by now. That's an interesting thought. Wait, but that seems to confirm that he was indeed a curse bearer, right? We never actually were 100% sure. One moment. I ran into one more suspicious young man last night. This one seemed to be out collecting soul dregs, right? Indeed, I couldn't get a good look at him though, and I couldn't gather enough intel to properly identify him. Well, that's a shame, but I can make an educated guess. Oh? You know that researcher who discovered the ancient text on the Rite of Resurrection? The one that lives near here? No side effects having spirits, only positives. Exactly, it's fine, don't worry about it, just don't think about it. Maybe they're poor with it, maybe it's human souls. Amazing. His name is Hideki Araishi, and the man I met was very similar in stature. Oh my, even he is involved. How awfully suspect. Considering his background, couldn't he be the one who initiated the whole affair? I think it's possible, yes. Which is why I decided to refrain from making contact with him for the time being. Safety first. Understandable. Of course, I want to learn more, but this isn't the right time to focus on him. More? Is more? I prefer to ascertain who else is a curse bearer. First, I'll return to Hihaku Soaps to see that man in black. Their headquarters are down on South Warigesui Street. Isn't it convenient that all of the relevant locations are like in the same few blocks of each other? I guess pretty much the entire story takes place in Sumida, but like everything is really close to each other. We know Professor Ju doesn't have a stone anymore. Oh, true. Does Richter doesn't really know exactly who has one and who doesn't, because things have happened that have, like, he thinks he has a source, but yeah. But like in a different timeline, he would have had it. He would have probably, like by the time Richter had seen, like if we hadn't intervened, by the time Richter saw that guy, he probably would have like already killed Yako and possibly other people. So yeah, we probably saved multiple lives taking away his stone. It's like how in Like a Dragon, the entire Japanese mob scene happens in the center of one block of Tokyo. Yeah, exactly. Everything happens in, I mean, there was literally the entire plot, and indeed a lot of things that spring out from that happen because of one singular plot of land in that block. Just a tiny little pocket of land. So many things sprung from that moment. And now now it's the freaking Millennium Tower. The Tachibana Memorial Tower. Yeah. It's funny too, because like Kamuro Cho is based on the real life Kabuki Cho, right? I don't think it's quite like that in real life. I'm pretty sure it's quite touristy there. I've heard, there's certain places you might not want to go at night and stuff like that, but otherwise it's, there's plenty of tourists and stuff there. It's known for nightlife, but yeah. It would be very funny if it was literally just like the game, like a dragon, when guys were just brawling on the streets all the time. That would be very funny, and people would just gather around whenever guys start fighting and cheer them on to knock each other out. If only real life worked like that, right? I learned something new about the criminal involved with the kidnapping. It concerns the serial killings. There was a body found at Komagata High School. The person was identified as a school teacher. His name was Kohei Jonochi. Do you think he was a curse bearer? Not sure. It's possible. But regardless, this means the two people who knew the truth about the kidnapping are both dead. Oh, just like we were getting somewhere. It isn't enough to make me give up, of course. Still, we don't know anything about Michio Shiraishi's residence. It'd be wise to pay it a visit. Understood. About the serial killings. In addition to the 3 victims associated with the Honjo serial killings, there's Michio Shiraishi, who reportedly committed suicide, and the police officer who died at the former Yasuda Gardens. If strange deaths continue to occur, they're bound to inspire strange rumors. But those last 2 have nothing to do with the 7 mysteries, no? It's true, both occurred a week before this accursed situation began. Still, it cannot be ruled out. It's possible that the mastermind was involved even with those killings. How? What if there were preliminary steps to awakening the 7 mysteries' curses? Can we really assume they're unrelated just because the timing doesn't match up? Or rather, the police officer's death is so baffling that it'd be easier if it were connected to the curses. The victim wasn't the type to be caught off guard easily. You seem to know a lot about this. I suppose we weren't strangers. My personal feelings might be wrapped up in this one too. I see. If you were to investigate this matter more, you might get a lead on the mastermind. You're right. If we want to focus on the mastermind's identity, this would be a fine starting point. Okay. We might even discover more deaths related to the curses on the way. We should pay attention to today's news. Well, that's all I have to report. Shall we continue with our investigation? What do you want to do? If you still can't use the curse stone, taking a walk should be a fine place to start. Right, let's go together. I want to see what's going on for myself. In that case, I'll trust you to decide on where we should go, ma'am. Okay, alright. Let's go find somewhere to go. Look at the mansion. Old mansion, born and raised. Yeah, we got it. Where should I go to begin my search? Which places have stood out to me most so far? Okay, we're not being given any direction here, so I guess we'll just go where we go. We did mention there was that soap company over here, though. Why don't we? Maybe we'll start there. Just kind of go in order. The Hihaku Soap's headquarters are on the other side of South Wari Gesui Street. They were closed when I visited this morning, but it appears things are up and running now. To think a small soap-making company could grow so much in such a short time. They have factories and warehouses throughout the area now. You can see why director and now chairwoman Natsue Yamamori is called the Queen. Is she really? From its humble beginnings as a small soap factory established after the war in 1946, founder Natsue Yamamori utilized her feminine perspective and a well-timed economic boom to boldly lead the company into new markets. Neat. Persons of interest. That's the chairwoman. She actually has a sprite, huh? Well, not necessarily, actually, because a lot of people have sprites but don't seem to have any sort of dialogue? Yeah, there's a few people we've seen in sprites, but not actually in real life. You mentioned that Takumi works as her secretary. That's correct. Do you think it's possible he's acting on her orders? That's exactly my thinking. A curse bearer with both money and power could certainly look at resurrection as their next prize. Negotiating with a person of that stature might prove difficult. First, I need to confirm whether Takumi is the man I ran into last night. Then I'll be able to determine if he's a curse bearer. It'll be better if I go inside the headquarters alone. You should walk around, visit a cafe for some tea, perhaps? Okay. What do I do then? He tells me he barely slept last night, and he seems to be brimming with energy. Was I too that resilient at his age? Perhaps it's what sets a detective apart from the rest. So an influential person at Hihaku Soaps is potentially a curse bearer. Richter proposed we use money to negotiate for the curse stones, but we could hardly outbid a large corporation if it came down to it. Am I being told to go somewhere else? Surroundings. Back in the Edo period, the canal known as South Warigesui ran through this area, but it's been turned into a major road. It's a bit away from Kinshicho Station or Ryogoku Station, though it's still considered a nice area. The stories of the ever-burning lantern and the foot-washing mansion book took place around here. One of the bodies discovered this morning was found by this road as well. This is quite a lively area, huh? I suppose you could call it somewhat of a city center. Okay. Cool. Okay, he's gonna go in. I'm gonna go in. I may be a while, so okay, they typoed. So feel to find somewhere to kill time. Literally unplayable. Okay, good luck in there. Sorry to keep you waiting. How did it go? I'll fast forward to the conclusion. I met with Takumi. There's no doubt, he's the same man I saw last night. No, oh yeah, no way. 100%. I don't think she would even be willing to see us at all. I think he probably got lucky just now meeting with Takumi. There's no doubt he's the same man I saw last night. But it doesn't seem like he's a curse bearer. But that doesn't mean he has no connections to the recent curses. He knew about the 7 mysteries. He even guessed we have a curse stone of our own. Excuse me? Oh no! I tried to approach Takumi about a fallen item after I ran into him last night. However, you said your name was Richter, correct? I have a favor I'd like to ask of you. I'm hoping you would hand over the curse stone in your possession. Curse stone? What are you on about? There's no need to play dumb with me. In fact, there's no time for it. I had all the same reason you did to think you were a curse bearer last night. And your arrival here only confirms it. You are a curse bearer, no? You're right. We lack time. I'll confess, I am a curse bearer. I possess the curse stone of the haunting clappers. I'm glad to hear the truth. Finally, this conversation is worthwhile. He's bluffing here, right? It is a dangerous item you hold. Give it to me. My company will take the responsibility to dispose of it. I didn't know the soap business specialized in scrubbing curses clean. It is the prerogative of Miss Yamamori. Is that so? Assuming you've obtained the curse, you understand the power it involves, no? Miss Yamamori possesses supernatural powers akin to those of a god. She also has a deep love for this land, having transformed it from the pile of dirt it once was to the home of our headquarters. Yeah, dude. Yeah, Source, dude, trust me. She cannot stomach the fact that it's now the site of these curses run rampant. So you're telling me the Queen of Hihaku is a real-life witch? She wouldn't appreciate being called that, mind you. Why? There's nothing wrong with that. There's a sorcerer by the name of Suigen Gamyodo, oh, we've heard that name before, who's gallantly working beyond the scenes, exercising spirits and the like. Go on. That being so, there have already been instances of the dead coming back to life. Do you understand the urgency of this matter? These are curses we're speaking of, tools which are used by wicked beings to possess people. The rite of resurrection is nothing but a fabrication meant to seduce the curse bearers into unspeakable action. If you truly understand what I'm talking about, you must hand over that curse stone at once. Yeah, like she knew and did nothing. Very interesting. In fact, she knew before literally everybody else. In fact, probably before a lot of them were born. Certainly before Yaku and Mio were born. With that said, just how many curse stones have you acquired so far? If what you tell me is true, surely the company would have launched a large-scale search by now. We have 6. 6? Whoa, I can rest at ease then. And here I thought I was at risk of being cursed. It seems we are on the same page. If that is the case, you should hand over your curse stone immediately. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but it's not actually in my possession at the moment. Considering its importance, I've been keeping it in hiding. Really now? Then I'll accompany you while you retrieve it. I'm sorry, but I've got something important to attend to. But I promise I'll return with it later. Very well. Then you won't refuse to provide your address and telephone number, I presume. How prudent of you. I'll oblige. Yeah, and then he wrote like 1, 2, 3. You're a loser street. And that's how it went. So they aren't after the right after all. I wouldn't be so quick to trust him. Oh? I believe we're dealing with a master of deception. He may have well made up a story to convince us to part ways with our stone. I think he was lying about having procured 6 curse stones as well. Like, really? 6? That's excessive. Well, now I feel gullible. The company is plotting something. I wonder what they mean to do with the curse stones. He seemed rather desperate to get a hold of ours, despite us not having collected any soul dregs. Perhaps the people at Hihaku are the masterminds behind the curses being unleashed. Because the chairwoman's a witch? I wonder about that too. If she really were that powerful, would her secretary have divulged that information so casually? Takumi was either making it up as he went, or he's trying to spread a rumor. For what purpose would he do that? Recently, people have been caught up about the occult more than ever before. If word spreads that Hihaku's chairwoman has godlike powers, she could very well benefit socially and politically from that mystique. That's unsettling. If she was the will-o-wisp we saw at the beginning, oh, good catch. Maybe. Gosh, we gotta get in. She's in that building right now. She's probably literally in that building right now. We gotta go talk to her. Oh my god. By the way, there's one more thing of interest I heard while in the company's reception lobby. And what's that? People were discussing whether one of the bodies found this morning was that of a Hihaku employee. Actually, yes it was. Really? So long as the officials haven't revealed the identity, it all amounts to no more than speculation, though. Despite that, I have reason to believe Hihaku Soaps is deeply involved with the Seven Mysteries. At the very least, I can assure you I've gathered that much. The more we know, the better our negotiation will go. Okay. We should be off somewhere else. Okay. Alright, well, we move. That was fun. How about the park? Let's go for a nice relaxing walk in the park, shall we? Actually looks relatively nice at this time of day. We're here. This is Midoricho Park. Ayame Tono lives around here. She wasn't in her apartment when I dropped by this morning. I wonder if it's worth checking again. This place is connected with the story of the Taiko of Sugaru. Not only that, Katsushika Hokusai's home was also in this area. That might be why Ayame chose to live here. She's trying to resurrect her Kamiyoshi. Okay, talk. We won't get much done standing around here. Why don't I go and check out Ayame's apartment? You don't mean to speak with her, do you? No, I prefer to get an idea of what she's been up to. I'd like to see whether she's been home or not, just to potentially get a trace on her movements. Then, be my guest. Okay, I shouldn't be long. I'm back, ma'am. So, nothing? I'm afraid so. She still hasn't returned. However, I noticed a few people who seem to be related to the police force keeping watch in the area. I don't know if they got eyes on her apartment, but they do appear to be watching the building it's in. Interesting. You've got a sharp eye to have noticed them despite being so covert. What can I say? It's part of the job. However, it meant I had to refrain from knocking on her door or looking through her windows. I wasn't able to check her electric meter or mailbox either, unfortunately. You were planning to go that far? Yeah, steal someone's mail. Do it, steal their mail. Plus, he's also just a private investigator, right? It's not like he kind of is a little bit more limited in what he can do because he's just a private citizen, right? He doesn't really have cop privilege necessarily. It's for the plot. It's not found. You're right. It's plot armor. Exactly. We won't make much progress staying around here. Should we move then? Okay, high school. It would just be I'm pretty sure stealing mail would just be a misdemeanor. Depending on how much it is, I guess. Do a little bit of federal crime. It would probably just be a misdemeanor. It's fine. It's fine. I just keep doing crimes. Oh my god. Here we are at Ground Zero, Komagata High School. I guess it's just logical that the police got this place shut down. The teacher's body was found here, after all. It's as if the students have nowhere to go now that the school's closed. It seems the officers are still inspecting the scene. Entry has been strictly prohibited. The news has attracted a bunch of curious onlookers, huh? That works in our favor. The more people around, the better we can blend in. Okay. This place is said to be connected with the story of the Fool's Procession. I wouldn't be surprised if a curse bearer decided to turn up. However, I need to find out if that teacher was a curse bearer or not. I expect the police to be baffled since they don't know about the curses. I can ask around and see what the students have to say. Okay. Alright, I'll go ask the students about Michio. Hey, do you remember your classmate who tragically took her own life? Can I ask you a bunch of questions? I'm not a cop, I'm just a random guy. I'm back, ma'am. So what did you learn? The school kids sure love a good rumor. I was practically drowning in stories of Mr. Janochi and Michio, most of which seemed dubious at best. Not surprising. Most of what I heard was hardly worth a second thought. But there was one story that caught my attention. Oh? Some believe that Michio is the one who killed Mr. Janochi. Come on! Come on! Come on! Michio can't even rest in peace. The story's got 2 pieces of evidence to back it up. One of them wasn't news to me. Apparently he's been mumbling that Michio was gonna kill him for some days now. A fellow teacher overheard his mumbling and told the students. And then it spread like wildfire, I suppose. Rumors that juicy don't stay a secret for long. As for the other piece of evidence, a pigtailed girl in her school uniform. Oh, so that would be Michio then. Does she, hang on. Pigtails, yep. Then again, that doesn't necessarily mean it was Michio. It wouldn't be that hard to change your hair, right? I love her so too. Don't worry, you can use my classmate got murdered card to relate. Dude, do you think all of the students got A's? Do you think that, like, does that actually happen in real life? Like, you get A's on your exams if a student dies during the study period or whatever? I've always heard that. I feel like it's probably not a thing. But I've never experienced it, thankfully, so I don't know. I guess I just get the day off school, basically. But if anything, that kind of just makes rumors spread even more, because people are like, wow, we have nowhere to go, so we're just gonna go spread rumors around town. A pigtailed girl in her school uniform was seen around school late last night. Go on? Although numerous people claim to have seen the girl, not one of them saw her face. This is video games. People only change hairstyle for dramatic plot reasons or after a time skip, and even then only rarely. They have the same hair forever, yeah. They're more likely to send you home for a few days and then it's business as usual, tragically. Yeah, that seems right. Yeah, I mean, I've never had a classmate pass away, but I've attended the same school with someone who did pass away. I didn't have any classes with that person, but for me, it didn't mean anything. I didn't get any time at all. I can only imagine how it must have been for people who actually knew that person. Yeah. Numerous people claim to see the girl, not one of them saw her face. Some are proposing it was Michio brought back to life, or that it was her vengeful spirit. But it's not like Michio's the only high school girl to wear pigtails. The rumor might have been made up just to fan the flames. But if it were true, I'd want to get a hold of her in order to hear her side of the kidnapping. If she's alive, that'd be ideal. There's still one more thing I should mention. I discovered where Michio lived. A student had a list of student addresses on hand. That's an amazing find. I believe all of the students actually have a copy of said list. It truly worries me how easy it was to obtain what should be confidential information. Yeah, you gave every classmate's contact info? That seems a little, I don't know, maybe they were more loosey-goosey with private information like that back in the day. Nowadays, things like address and telephone number feel like something that should be very protected. Maybe back in that day, it wasn't quite like that. Imagine what would happen if that information got into the wrong hands. Well, so far it hasn't, no? Richter not being the current Viewpoint character is sure convenient, since he can do all this legwork off screen, just tell us about it later. I know, right? Harui's just been standing out there waiting for him to go do his thing. At least they did show the meeting between Takumi and him, but it's like, I mean, it feels like so much is happening off screen. They just don't have to write that. In the meantime, it's now possible for us to visit Michio Shiraishi's house. Really? Okay. I can imagine students are uneased after... Wait. I can imagine the students are uneasy after learning the murder. It may do them well to stay home for some time, if not for fear of their safety. The police are probably too wrapped up in solving the case to be concerned about the students' mental health. Yeah, that seems about right. I can see that. It's important that society provides a safe environment for the benefit of our youth. Some school policies could use some rewriting, especially if those handling the students' personal information. That's right, I don't want a student being kidnapped on their way back home ever again. I expect criminals to grow more cunning as time passes. There may be a time where the authorities can't keep up. That's where outlaws such as myself come in. What's this about? Actually, just forget I said anything. Wait, what? What did he just let slip? Richter. Bro, you can't just say that. Okay, well, we have an option. We can go to Michio's house. Interesting. Oopsie. And oop. That was a real, the fracking moment. How did it go? I went to visit Michio Shiraishi's family home. However, no one seemed to be there. I got no answer at the door, and all the lights were out. It seems to have been empty for a while now. There was a stack of newspapers out front. Maybe they moved? Social connections run deep in working class areas like this place, so I decided to talk to the locals. I met a few nice old ladies who were kind enough to give me the scoop. Turns out the Shiraishi's reputation really went down the dumps this past year. Is that so? I'll give you the quick summary. They moved here about 3 years ago. Their previous residence was in a better part of town. Michio's father died in a car accident, leaving behind just the two of them. Michio's mom, Toshiko, now a single mother, relocated here. At first they got along with their neighbors, many of which were in similar situations, helping and being helped in turn. So far so good. What happened? Well, as I said, their reputation began to go downhill about a year ago. A man recognized as Toshiko's common-law husband had moved into the household. His name was apparently Kankichiro Iwai. Neighborhood gossip is something else. Somehow, everyone knew his name. So what of this Iwai character? He was apparently a vulgar fellow with a criminal record. He was prone to violent outbursts. The neighbors often heard screams and shouting coming from the home. The neighbors took particular notice of Toshiko's screams, pleading with him not to hit Michio. Oh, man. That's terrible. And as if that wasn't unsettling enough, every night the neighbors also began to hear an eerie chanting. Through this, the Shiraishis standing in the neighborhood plummeted rapidly. Toshiko was often seen covered in bruises and wounds. She stopped responding to her neighbors. She would just turn the other way when greeted. They kept their storm shutters closed even during the day, and effectively shut themselves away from the entire community. That sounds horrible. Why didn't the police step in and do something? Unfortunately, under our current laws, the police aren't allowed to get involved with domestic disputes. That's awful. And then Michio reportedly killed herself. Things only got worse with Iwai, and Toshiko was admitted to the hospital for physical and mental abuse. Ever since, Iwai hasn't returned to the home. Many locals expressed sympathy for Michio's circumstances. No, they freaking didn't. No, they freaking didn't. They all turned on her. Just as many were fed up with the Shiraishis entirely, and seemed relieved that things finally quieted down again. It seems that they were still considered outsiders, even after 3 years of living here. I don't understand it. Why would Toshiko have gotten involved with such a brutish good-for-nothing in the first place? I've heard many stories where one partner's personality does a complete turn after entering a relationship. After her first husband's death, Toshiko's financial situation had also taken a turn for the worse. Hello, Josh, welcome. It's good to see you. We are, I'm not sure what this is we're basically, We're at Michio's house right now. That's where we're at in the Haruwe timeline. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. She was determined to send her daughter to a good high school. It's possible she fell victim to sweet promises. I love hanging out with them. They're so fun. Richter is so fun to hang around with. Also, he just called himself an outlaw, and it seemed like he let something slip there. So I guess we're just gonna put a pin in that. The soap company is definitely evil, run by a witch. We haven't seen her. The guy said they have 6 curse stones, which might be a bluff. That seems pretty unlikely. Life can be tough, I suppose. You don't seem moved by the story, ma'am. Well, that's fine. People have all kinds of stories. Yeah, Haruwe as an old money, as the heiress to an old money family, has no insight into the working class psyche. Most normal company. Whoa! Why did he do that? Hihaku soaps might be evil, but honestly, that shampoo is pretty good. Oh, so you came here too? Huh? What is it? Huh? Oh, hi? Oh, what? Oh, it's the cops. Rick rolls. Could you repeat what you know one more time for me, Richter? Oh no. Were they being trailed? No. It's so over. It is so over. Oh, dude. Okay. Yeah, oh my gosh. We're gonna go to this place. This is the same place. We're gonna meet them here. With dusk fast approaching, they have no time to waste. With that in mind, Susumi and Ario direct their investigation towards the high school and the Shirashi residence. Oh no, it's the heat. Tiger drop is completely unblockable, by the way. Okay, we're gonna put the suspense on a little bit. We're gonna go to the high school first. It's all connected. Ah! Here we are, Komagata High. Classes. Damn, this track is kind of hard. I'm just like, we're just like talking normally, and this banger jazz track playing. Life can be sushi. Yeah, this is what happens when life is sushi. Classes are suspended for the day, so the students are just kind of wandering around aimlessly. There was no need to go that hard, but they did it. They did it for us. This place isn't only connected to the case because the students were under Yoshimi's jurisdiction. And it's also the site of the Fool's Procession, and of course where that teacher was killed. Seems like a likely place to find some clues, don't you think? Oh, right, speaking of schools. What is it? You said paranormal affairs can't help us right now. So why don't we get that psychic high schooler you mentioned to help us? A lot of the people involved in this case lead back to the school anyway, so it might make things easier to have them with us. Buddy cop, yeah, that's totally what they're going for. For a guy who questioned me on the legality of working with them, you sure seem eager to exploit underage labor. Hey, who said anything about exploiting them? I just want to give our young experts the opportunity to shine. When did you become such a smooth talker? Anyway, I'm afraid I don't know where they are. Oh, I see. I wonder if there's anyone who could help us scout out the area. I wonder if there's anyone who got out of the... Yeah, okay. School gate will stay locked while forensics inspects the scene of the incident. Mio's not even getting paid. She desperately needs a union. Looks like they're still busy. Let's talk to the person in charge later. It's crazy. They could give her a little bit of pocket money. I'm sure they can find that in their extremely inflated budget somewhere. Ooh, oh. My freaking headphones again. Okay, we back. Gymnasium. Komagata High's gymnasium also serves as a polling place and an evacuation center. A lot of the buildings around here are still made of wood, but this place looks safe and sturdy. Cool. It's a very solidly built building. The news of the dead teacher has also attracted a fair share of rubberneckers. The atmosphere is kind of tense with this many cops around. No kidding, man, huh? Okay. Is there anybody around we can speak to here? Think? No, think. I want to think. Perfectly reasonable time for students to be at school, and yet, I doubt that'll be that simple. Maybe we just gotta move to the Shiraishi residence. Clearly that's what we're doing with the plot here, so I don't think it really matters that much that I'm here. Is this funky jazz track still gonna be playing in the middle of this alley? It seems like Michio's house is at the end of this road. We don't want to intimidate them, so maybe I should go alone. I don't like it when you're that far away, June. Ario is checking the Shiraishi house at the end of the road. This street's real narrow, so two big guys like us would stick out like a pair of sore thumbs. The houses are really crammed together in these narrow alleyways. Strangers like us walking through definitely stand out. Ario is a superhero in a funky action buddy cop drama. Everyone else is in a horror game. Yeah, literally. Like this, yeah. Everyone else is having the worst day of their lives, and meanwhile they're just like, you know, running around the narrow alleyways, holding a bat and going, "You stop right there!" They're like 1800s cops. They've never even seen a gun in their lives. It really feels like old Tokyo. It's quiet. This place is normally pretty lively, full of people coming and going. Seems like everyone's decided to stay inside because of the recent incidents, due to the way things are in the world. Okay, he's still checking that out. True. So Shiraishi household. This is a chance that Michio didn't actually kill herself. It might be for the best that we didn't find her parents. Oh, we just gotta go over there then. Alright, I'll go check the house. Ario's up checking the Shiraishi household. I'll just wait till he gets back. Yeah. Do you ever see like all those pictures of like New York cops in the subway just like on their phones? That's definitely Ario and Susumi. Wouldn't it in normal circumstances? Oh, you're back. No luck, boss. No one home? Doesn't look like it. I knocked for a while, but nobody came to the door. I glanced in the windows, but there was no sign of activity inside either. And I saw about 3 newspapers stuffed in their mailbox. Huh. Okay, so you're just gonna do some normal human standing over there then? Oh, suspend. I have to suspend. Can I go back? Oh, are we gonna jump back and forth then? Ooh, interesting. Can I? Oh, wait. Wait, I don't have anything. Wait. I had to suspend that. Can we go back to this then? Literally, like literally Candy Crush. Wait. So I might this one's a little opaque. Yeah, it seems like that. I don't remember doing any of this. But it's at the same time. Wait. Okay, wait. Maybe I have to go to where they are. Yeah, nothing's gonna happen here. Okay, I think I get it now. Just go where they are. Okay. Hang on. I got this. I think I got this. Oh. Okay. So this is the same time the cops are gonna be at the school, so they'll probably talk to us. Okay, I think I get it now. Wait, why are you doing the pan thing again? Is it gonna happen? Bruh. Why? Bruh. Bruh. I can't. Well, I can't. I can't. What? I thought maybe I went to the high school and met the cops there, but I can't go anywhere else. I have the right idea? Do I do it with somebody else? Or do I do it with them? Am I supposed to be on Yako right now? Yeah, this is gonna be the same thing. Weird. Candy shop. Is this the same thing? And so. Yaku and Mio are just going to random places and standing. Apparently that's the whole rest of the game now. Okay, I've been to all of them now. I'm not. Start from 9 a.m. at Komagata. Wait. Okay, I think I might understand. I have to. They're at the. I think the I don't know if this is how the game works, but I think the characters are at certain locations. So I have to go put them at the high school, and then go and load up the high school. So they're here now. Okay, so they're at the high school now. And now I go... I don't even know if this is right, but I'm gonna try. Komagata High. Funky jazz. Okay, they're here. They're here. Their sprites are right there. Okay, I was right then. Okay, that's how that works. The characters are actually where they actually are at that moment is, I guess, preserved in the game code somewhere. Yeah, that's a little OP, but I managed to figure it out. Hi, look at those. These are the only students who aren't just outlines, so I guess we'll talk to them. Huh? That's... Oh. That's Mio, and he knows her. Boss, what is it? You want to talk to those girls? I guess so. Yeah, I do. This is divine intervention. We were brought here for a reason. Come on, Ario. Huh? What? Hey, aren't you? You must be that high schooler skirting the child labor laws who I've heard so much about. Say that again. I love this. Sorry about that. He's with me. Mr. Susumi, if that's how you feel, maybe you should look into improving my work conditions. Hell yeah. Based. I'd prefer not to work for free, to be honest. Don't you worry about that. If you help us out, you can have whatever you want. Boss's treat. Wait, really? Thank you so much. I've always wanted to go to a fancy sushi place. Oh my god, these two sprites are both new and very, very cute. Oh yeah, like one of those places in Ginza. I've never been. Let's go. We got ourselves a deal, right, boss? These girls are at our service. Hold on now. What just happened? I never said it. Sushi. Looking forward to it, boss. Come on, just come on, just let it happen. Wait, since when were you included? You guys are funny. You should do stand-up. Oh my gosh, she just called them a Bokeh and Tsukome couple. Or you know, duo. That's funny. So, how much have you been able to figure out? Well, I know what happened around midnight last night. Honestly, get that budget. Get that bag. Someone invoked the Feast of Shadows, which boosts the power of curses, then brought forth the 7 mysteries of Honjo. That allows even those who do not have the power to cast curses to gather soul dregs for the rite of resurrection. At least that's my hypothesis. Sounds about right so far. As I'm sure you know, there are actually 9 mysteries, not 7. Honestly, yeah, why not? After all the crap we've all been through, I think we deserve to have a treat. When the Feast of Shadows was cast, the curse stones appeared before those who wanted to write at the locales of the 7 mysteries. We've managed to gather 3 curse stones so far, including the one I got first, the Evergreen Beach. You got 3 already? Wow. We have the curse stone of the Fool's Procession. Well, Yako, the girl standing behind me, does. That's me, Yako, the girl standing behind me-o. She does? Is she alright? We can take it off your hands. Well, the Feast of Shadows has no effect during the day, and there's still something I want to find out. Alright, I'll do the Fool's Procession with you two then. Okay. Huh? You want to talk to me? You'd probably be better off asking Mio. That's cute. Thank you. Please keep collecting the other curse stones. I'll be looking for a way to stop the Feast of Shadows. Isn't it interesting how the POV character is by far not the one who gets the most, like, plot things, the most plot beats? I feel like Mio and Ario and Richter are all doing tons of stuff off screen. Meanwhile, the POV character is like, oh my god, what are they doing? What's happening? I'm so scared. Okay, got it. That should make things go more smoothly. What about the other curse bearers? Have you run into any of them? Well, last night at school... You were here last night? Yes. You see... $7 budget a little. Yeah, I can tell this game was not made on a big budget. They made good use of what they had, but I can tell they didn't have a lot of budget for this. I mean, it doesn't have voice acting, so that's definitely a noticeable thing. You two were using a spirit board? That's so cool. So that's when you ran into the curse echo. I'm glad you survived the encounter. Somehow we managed to get away without accidentally setting it off. The curse echo we saw took the shape of a woman missing an arm and a leg. What? A woman missing an arm and a leg? That's... Oh gosh, why do they always give me these quiz questions? I don't remember. There's literally at least I have a cheat sheet, I guess. Which one was it again? Oh, it's probably... Oh. No. Is it foot washing? Canal? Is that it? Okay, well, it's not like a pass-fail thing. I'll just... No, it wasn't that one. Was there something like that in that story? I don't think there was. Me neither. There definitely wasn't. Okay, I get it. Come on, think. The lady missing an arm... Oh, okay. It's actually going to make me answer it correctly. Bridge? I didn't think they'd actually make me answer it correctly. Which one is the bridge one? Fool's Procession? No, not that one. One-sided read? Oh, I didn't try that one. Hey, that was a good one. Good guess. One-sided read. This is bad. A good try, I should say. Oh, what's so bad about that one? You idiot! Think! The curse bearer of the one-sided read is... Wait, we have information on known curse bearers, don't we? Notes on known curse bearers. Okay, hey, this is actually really handy. The one-sided read is Najima. Fumichika Najima. He admitted it himself. That's his curse. Oh, that's right. Wait, but if that's the case... Yeah, they organize it in a really strange way. There's a lot of supplemental material, but it's a little bit hard to pick through sometimes. Najima might have been here last night. What? I mean, it's possible he was lying to us, but what? Who's Najima? No clue. She's like a disciple of the paranormal affairs. This is one hell of a coincidence, huh? That this random girl you know is already involved with the case. Okay, well, I wouldn't say random girl. Scene of the crime? What's that rope all about? It indicates where Jinochi's body was found. They moved his body, but this way we have an idea of how it was found. Yikes, that's a little gross. You can even see how his arms and legs are all... Ugh. Cool it, Ario. You're scaring her. This kind of stuff is a little much for a kid. Hey, I'm pretty sure she only asked because you were staring at it so intently. Forensics is still investigating. I didn't really want to bring these kids to a place like this, but there were too many onlookers outside for us to speak comfortably. Besides, it would be good for Head to have Mio look around. It's usually a lot easier to let Ario do the talking when it comes to young people, but we only have a day. It'll be quicker if I take the reins. But he did manage to win them over with the promise of food. Let's see how this plays out. Okay. About Fumichika. So Najima is trying to take advantage of the Feast of Shadows for his own nefarious purposes. Huh? He said he's going to massacre the city at sundown today? And he's trying to get to your daughter too? That's what we've been trying to find him, but to no avail. Honestly, this information has been the most useful we've gotten so far. So, just to be sure, could you tell us who else was at the school that night? Well, as far as we know, there was us, Mr. Jinochi, and one of our classmates, Hitomi. Don't forget old man Ashimiya. Wait, Hitomi? Do you mean Hitomi Okuda? Second year student? Well, yes. Why? Boss, so she was here last night. Huh? I saw Hitomi earlier, though, and she didn't seem like a curse bearer to me. You did? Did you talk to her? Yes. Would you mind if we ask you a few questions about that? Hitomi said she didn't want to talk to the police because she was afraid she'd become a suspect. So I can't tell you anything unless you swear you won't drag her into this. Ah, I see. Don't worry, this is about a different matter. A different matter? You mean about that police officer, Mr. Yoshimi? You know about that? Did Hitomi say something about him? Yes, she did. Actually... yeah, we gotta look into that. Hitomi did say that Mr. Yoshimi entrusted her with something. He did? What was it? Yoshimi gave her a talisman. Yes, apparently he also asked her to look for another one just like it. One that Michio had. What kind of talismans could they be, boss? Doesn't ring a bell, but if Yoshimi was talking about him with his dying breath, they must have been pretty important. Did they find a talisman on Michio where her body was found? I'll check, but if they did, Yoshimi would have had plenty of time to retrieve it before he died. Right. Would you consider giving us Hitomi's contact information? I'd like to talk to her about this talisman. I'm not sure. She never opened up to anyone except Mr. Yoshimi. And also, I just said she doesn't want to talk to cops. Cops are so dumb, dude. She was just like, oh, I don't really want to get my friend involved because she said she doesn't want to talk to cops. Well, the cops are like, give us her address. I'm no good, huh? I was friends with Yoshimi, though. You don't seem like too bad of a guy. Not all that scary for a cop. But I doubt that'll be enough for her. She really doesn't want to end up becoming a suspect. To be honest, she was even a bit wary of us. Well then. It seems she was correct to be wary about you, actually. Please don't leak it. Do you think she talked to Yoshimi's fiance? Haven't they met before? Oh, they have. She told us about that. Yeah, she might be willing to talk to her. Alright, then we better find her fast. You haven't been able to reach her. Well, that's a little worrying. Mayu Chozawa. Well, I'll let you know as soon as we manage to contact her. Okay, I'd be willing to give Hitomi's contact information to her. Oh, right, one more thing. Hitomi told us that Mr. Yoshimi gave her instructions in the event that something happened to him. He told her to give the talisman to Mr. Nakagoshi from the police headquarters. What? So it was a Nakagoshi case? Why would Yoshimi tell her that? Could you check on that? I will, but, well, I don't know if they'll pick up when I call. Is he with the Paranormal Affairs Bureau? Well, yes, Nakagoshi's the chief, but he's almost never in, so I don't really know the guy. To be honest, I'm not even sure if he exists or he's just a figurehead. I've never spoken to him myself. All the Paranormal Affairs' cases are referred to as Nakagoshi cases. Jeez, what's up with that? That amulet he told me was looking for may be the missing puzzle piece to this mystery. Very mysterious. If we're talking about people who were at school last night, there was one more person, though I'm not too clear on the details. There was someone else. Apparently Hitomi actually saw Mr. Jinochi getting cursed and killed last night. What? Talk about some vital information. What she said happened was... Michio was the one who killed Mr. Jinochi? Are you sure it was really Michio that she saw? Well, that's what she told me, and I wasn't there. That must mean there was another curse bearer here last night. Jinochi was killed by a curse, so someone had to have been there, whether it was Michio or not. Damn, boss, do you think it really could have been Michio's ghost? I mean, based on what we've heard, she does have plenty of reasons to be vengeful. Calm down. Just because the paranormal exists doesn't mean just anything is possible. It's still possible that Najima was behind Jinochi's death. But what about Hitomi's story? About this janitor, Ashimiya, was it? How old is he? Do you know how long he's worked there? Huh? Why are you so interested in him all of a sudden? I only just transferred to this school though, so I have no idea. He's around 50 years old. He came to our school about half a year ago. What if Michio became the curse and then someone else used it? Ooh! Yeah, that would explain why people keep seeing Michio, or seeing people who look like her. No one knows what he did before, so there are all kinds of rumors about him. Yeah, didn't we speculate that he could be Najima, since we know he's like in a random... He's like out on parole and working at a job under an alias. I see. Thanks. I think I'm starting to get a better picture of all this. Huh? Listen up. It's not uncommon for former prisoners to find work under an alias after their release. The notoriety attached to their former name can get in the way of proper rehabilitation, you see. I mean, that's more rehabilitation than often happens, to be honest. What are you... No way! Erio, have the officers apprehend the janitor. He worked the night shift, so he might still be in the overnight room. Yes, right away. Oh man, if he's actually innocent, it's gonna suck so bad. Boss, bad news. Apparently the room's been empty all morning. Sounds like they've been looking to question Ashimiya too, but couldn't find him anywhere. No. That all but confirms it. Just one more thing to check. Are there any photos of this Ashimiya? The whole man seriously hated getting his picture taken. He'd always avoid it. Ario, call an urgent search for Makoto Ashimiya. We can't let him get away. Yes, sir. I'll contact HQ right away. Jeez. Oh my, I didn't expect this at all. Yeah, how could that old man have been in some horrible criminal mastermind? I can't believe it. And a cursed bearer on top of that. To think he was so close to us this whole time. Ugh, it gives me chills. A guy like that really shouldn't have been allowed to work at a high school. Let's hope it isn't already too late. Oh, I may have shown Ashimiya my curse stone last night. What? I don't like this one bit. Why did they let him work back at the school if they knew he killed students before? Yeah, that's interesting that that got omitted. Especially since apparently that they work directly with the employers to basically give them job placements. That is interesting. Najima did say he wasn't specifically targeting curse bearers, but I'm glad nothing happened to you. Wait, but then could it have been old man Ashimiya who attacked you in the hallway? I almost told him that you were still in the building too. What? You did? Yikes, good thing I didn't say anything. You might have gotten very lucky there, kid. I mean, how were we supposed to know that was him? How were they supposed to know? This is too much. I hope they find him soon. Come on, long arm of the law, help us. About the mastermind at the Feast of Shadows. To put a stop to the Feast of Shadows, it would help if I knew more about how the curse of these 7 mysteries first came about. In that case, you're probably best off talking to that crabby researcher guy. You mean Mr. Araishi? I would very much like to talk to him. Ah, right, he's a teacher here too, isn't he? You would know him already. He might be more inclined to talk if it's one of its students doing the asking. Do you know where he is? I do. We tried to talk to him, but he refused to cooperate. But you two should give it a try. He's at his usual cafe working at his papers. The cafe? Oh, Kurokikyo Cafe in Kamezawa? Thanks, we'll head over there now. School rules say we're not allowed to go to cafes, though. Don't worry about it, I'll allow it. Thank you. Huh? That's all it takes? That's funny. There must be a mastermind behind everything. Someone who orchestrated all this for a reason. I want to find out why. Okay, that's all the... Anything from you? What was that thing about you mentioned about Michio earlier? Something about a grudge? Do you know anything about her? What's your relation? I'm her friend. I was actually planning to resurrect her at first. Ah, I see. We gained quite a lot of information from you two. It's only fair we share as well. Tell her, Ario. Alright. Keep in mind that this is just a theory, though. Curse theory! Okay. After re-examining the crime scene, Yoshimi concluded that Michio's death wasn't a suicide, but a vehicular collision. What? An accident? Being hit by a speeding truck or van would have resulted in similar injuries. The investigation was ordered by Yoshimi, so it seems he had his doubts about it being a suicide. What? A van? Speeding? Huh? Yako, what's wrong? Are you okay? What? A van. There's a young man in the driver's seat. In the passenger seat. A woman? Yako! Huh? Yes. Wait, was I? Are you back now? How do you feel? You're covered in sweat. Yeah. I'm okay. I think. Sorry, I went a little crazy there. It's no problem, as long as you're okay. That was quite the surprise, though. Okay, alright, we're just gonna put a pin in that, I guess. What? Okay, alright. Yoshimi talked to you guys about Michio, didn't he? Well, he didn't give me any specifics if you're wondering about that. So I don't know what was truly on Michio's mind either. Right. Do you have any idea why Janochis was so scared of Michio? Well, about that, I'm not sure exactly how to put this, but... I see. Well, I half expected it was something like that. Thank you for telling me. Sorry, it's hard to explain. I wonder what he got his hands on to be able to blackmail her like that. Michio, what happened? Okay, that's probably... Oh, no. No, okay. Think? Shinochi was almost definitely killed by a curse, but I wonder about the exact cause of death. If the curse's origin and the cause of death are connected, it could give us another lead. Scene of the crime. Alright, that's enough. Mio, what do you think? I knew it the second I looked at the scene. You're right. Traces of a curse still linger here. I figured as much. Does that mean Shinochi was killed by one of the curses of the 7 mysteries? Yes, a strong curse like that always leaves behind a trace. Wow, Mio, you're so calm. Are you used to this kind of thing? I wouldn't say I'm used to it. It just comes with experience, I guess. No, I've heard some stories about you. Didn't you investigate a gruesome scene where someone had been killed by a paranormal attack without even breaking a sweat? Stop it, Mr. Susumi. She's gonna get the wrong idea. Whoa, that's amazing. Mio, you're a professional. You think? Totally. You're cool even in the face of death. That's awesome. When you put it like that, I'm not sure it's how awesome it is. Oh, poor freaking Mio. She never had a say in any of this. Hey, boss, forensics is calling. I'll go see what they have to say. Sure, thanks. Boss, they found this on the ground a short distance away from the scene. What is that? Ribbon. Yeah, the kind you use to tie up your hair. What? I've seen that ribbon before. You know what? Oops. Interesting. I wonder who tied their hair with white ribbons. Very interesting. That's the ribbon that Michio always used to wear. Whoa! Bro! What? Doesn't that mean Michio was here? Are you sure? Definitely. I have the same one at home. We bought them together. That has to be hers. Then did she come back to life somehow? But how? Bro. If I was Michio and I came back to life, where would I go? That's the question. She got her revenge on Shinochi, but she may have more revenge to dish out. Is there anyone else she'd have a grudge against? Well, what about the guy who killed her in the collision? If she really did come back to life, then it's terribly sad that she's spending her new chance at life like this. Being obsessed with revenge is such a tragic way to live. Okay. I'm afraid that's all we can tell you. Don't worry, you were a big help. Thank you. We should start our search for Nejiba in Mayuchizawa. It might be worth it to check Michio's house as well, just in case. Let's use the school as our base of operations. If anything happens, go to one of the officers hanging around here. Got it. Thank you, and good luck. We'll go talk to Mr. Araishi about a way to lift this curse. Alright, boss, let's get going whenever you're ready. Wow, 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 funky jazz is back, yeah. Alright, okay, alright, things are moving. We're schmoving. Life can be tough. Dead or alive. Okay, so okay, so this is the payoff for that now. Now we're gonna, I guess the cops are gonna meet Haruhi now. So let's do that. Haruhi and Richter visit Michio's home, having determined her to be the key player in the unresolved kidnapping case from a year before. As the complicated story begins to unravel, they encounter 2 men. Sometimes all you need is 2 men. Do 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 ba da da da. Ma'am, allow me to introduce one of our country's most elite detectives. The name's Junerio. I'd hardly call myself elite, but either way, it's nice to meet you. This here is the brilliant Chief Inspector Susumi. And yes, he's just as rough and tumble as he looks. Sometimes I really don't know if you're complimenting or putting me down. So, you two are detectives. This is my client, Mrs. Haruo Shigima. Her father's a big deal in the police himself, so remember to mind your manners. A bigwig named Shigima? Boss, you know of this guy? Shit, I've heard the name, but you know I don't keep track of who's who in the upper echelons. There's no need to worry. I am my own person after all, and my father has nothing to do with any of this. Ooh, did you hear that, boss? Looks like you're getting off easy again this time. Don't make it sound like I'm involved in some shady business. It ain't like that. It's kind of like that, but it's fine. You both seem rather jovial despite being detectives. How rare. All the police officers I've met have always been so dull. Well, you won't find any dull cops here. We'll round up all your criminals with a smile. That's our motto. How lovely. Keep it up. Just hold on one second. This is the first I'm hearing of that. Well, you're right about them not being your typical detectives. What brings you here, Richter? You on a case? That's right. I'm picking up the police's slack. I trust you remember the kidnapping and murder case from last year. Oh, I remember now. You're that Haruo Shigima from the kidnapping case. Huh? Did I miss something? Don't be an idiot. It was the case where Munesada Shigima's grandson was kidnapped. Which must have been your son, madam. Indeed, the story was suppressed by the news. In the end, it was considered a huge failure on the police department's part. Most of the investigation was conducted in secret. And unfortunately, the department is unwilling to reopen the case. Any investigation carried out afterwards turned out nothing at all, which is why I'm now on the job. So they never caught the culprit, huh? That's rough. So your findings have brought you to this place, then? That's right, an individual connected to the case used to live around here. Used to? That's right, as of last week, they're deceased. We'd hoped to talk to the family. No one was home when I checked last time, so we'd figured we'd try again. Interesting. Very fascinating. It sure doesn't look good on the police to be mishandling cases like these. Whenever a serial killer was involved. Yeah, yeah, I'm really interested in what comes up with that janitor. If there really was a culprit, it should be our responsibility to bring them to justice. Well, I do consider the police my people. So, you consider the blame to be shared. You've got a stern side as well, I see. Okay. By the way, ma'am, this might be sudden, but there's something I'd like to confirm with you. And that is? Do you happen to know anything about the 7 mysteries of Honjo? Sorry, Chief, but that's hardly... With all due respect, investigator, I think my question was addressed to the lady. If you insist. What do you say, ma'am? Can you tell us anything? I've heard of the 7 mysteries, but this talk of curses eludes me. Is that so? Well, I'm sorry for the intrusion. Okay, that was a close one. Come to think of it, I heard some things about this area last night. Something about a strange yet conspicuous man dressed in white loitering around. Who is that? Oh, I assume they were talking about you, investigator. Studies show 3 out of 4 people are gay, and then they zoom into Richter. Well, I won't argue that I'm strange and conspicuously dressed in white. And as it turns out, I was out here last night to conduct my investigation. Did you run into anything strange or out of the ordinary? Out of the ordinary? I guess I did observe a few suspicious characters. You were asking about curses just now. Why would a public servant be interested in the occult? Boss, Richter's a smart man. He can help us if we tell him what we know. I can't promise I'll be of any help to you, but I'm interested in hearing what you got to say. Something is happening in Honjo, isn't there? It must be something big if they've got you head office guys on it. Well, I guess it's alright. Just desperate times call for desperate measures. Thank you, boss. Listen closely to what we're about to say, Richter. Huh. So by using curses to commit murders, the people collect soul dregs to perform the rite of resurrection. And these curse stones are somehow connected to the 7 mysteries of Honjo. It's a tough story to swallow, but I don't see a reason to doubt you either. We figured the strange occurrences happening around here recently are connected to these curses. To get the situation under control, we've been searching for the curse bearers to confiscate their curse stones. Do you have any information that might help us? That's tough. I never expected curses and other mumbo-jumbo to play into this all. But if we're talking shady characters, there was this middle-aged fellow I saw on South Warigesui Street. He had an average build. He was anxious, like he was searching for prey. Boss, what do you think? Well, considering the location, it could have been Hideki Araishi. We already got his curse stone. Impressive, you two are working quick. Literally. Me when I freaking lie. Did you see anything else? Not that I can remember. That's a shame. If you see any characters who look like they might be carrying a curse stone, it'd be a huge help if you let us know. Absolutely, I'll let you know if I find anything. Me when I lie. Richter, perhaps you could lend a hand on our case too? There's a number of people we can't track, and finding missing persons happens to be your specialty, no? I hate to disappoint you, but I'm busy enough with this case. The faith of my clients is what keeps me afloat. I had to prioritize requests by the order in which they come. I see. Well, I can't say that's not fair. What do you need a private investigator for anyway? The cops should have plenty of bright folks to throw at the job. True, but this isn't an ordinary case we're dealing with here. The soap company. Oh, good catch. Yeah. I guess knowing how to deal with cops is part of an investigator's job. Not quite. The two of us used to be comrades is all. Comrades? That's right. Richter used to be a part of the police force himself. He quit a few years ago to go solo. Is that so? I was like, you didn't tell me that. You should give it a try, Ario. There's more freedom in working as a private investigator. I can't say much for the quality of life, though. It's been 2 years, right? I hadn't heard of you since you quit. I didn't think your business would last, but here you are. Yeah, we really are leaving out a big elephant in the room. You sure you don't want to return to the force? We'd take you back with open arms. What, to sit on my ass and watch the birds fly? I'll take a pass. I don't belong in that world. Come on, Richter. We need your talent. The public needs you. Nah, you don't. This is my calling. The police will manage just fine without me. I'll keep on tying up all your loose ends, saving the little birdies you abandon. Based. I love Richter. He's so cool. I can't believe you were actually part of the police force once. There's a story behind everything, man. I don't regret my time on the force. I wouldn't have the connections I have today without it. Okay. Huh? By the way, that reminds me, Richter. Yes? You said the person who used to live here died last week. You wouldn't be referring to Michio Shiraishi by chance. You knew. I thought so. It seems like we're here for the same reason, then. Seriously? Michio was involved with curses and magic? Strictly speaking, the curse part isn't our concern. We're looking into Yoshimi's case. Yoshimi? Oh, right, Hajime Yoshimi. That's right, he died on the job. I'm sure you've heard of it. I heard. It was a most unfortunate loss. So there's a connection between Hajime Yoshimi of the Juvenile Division and Michio. Well, hold on. Let's focus on Michio for a second. You think she had something to do with the kidnapping? Talk about unforeseen developments. Exchanging information should prove mutually beneficial. Weaselly little liar, dude. Literally lying to the police force. Can somebody please tell? I'll tell you what I know, but in turn I want the full scoop on your findings concerning Michio. Sure, to tell you the truth. What? You believe Michio's ghost is the one who killed Mr. Janochi? So he wasn't just mumbling nonsense? Oh my god, I've never seen this Richter sprite. I mean, we haven't fully confirmed anything yet, but the testimonies we've heard and the evidence we found point in that direction. Testimony? You mean from those, psychic high schoolers? Didn't they also say there was a chance Michio hadn't killed herself? Wait, if that's all true, then... Did you figure something out? Kankichiro Iwai. Oh my god, look at this Haruhi sprite. Everyone is so funny. She's so funny. Kankichiro Iwai, he'll be the next victim. We have to open the door to the Shiraishi's house. We need to look inside. Hey, what's gotten into you? Boss? I'm sure the landlord would give us the key if we asked. Screw that, you know how long that could take? We can ask for permission later. Everyone disliked that. Richter. Hey, Richter, calm down. We can't just... Oh no, Richter. He's just gonna go bust the door down. Please don't do another crime. Please don't do a break and enter. Take that, you shitty door. That's how you do it. Come on, man. You just committed break and enter in front of 2 cops. You freaking idiot. I see you're still the same as always. Everyone, come quick. Look at this. What? Dead guy. Whoa, what's up with this room? Boss, there's a dead body in here. Whoa, could that be Michio's dad? Nah, he's her stepdad at best, if that. It's gotta be the body of Kankichiro Iwai. There's no doubt about it. This man's a goner. He's gotten real messed up. Looks like he's been like this for a while. I'd say it happened last night. Ario, did you find Janochi's body in the same state? Now that you mention it, it looked as though Kohei Janochi had died from a number of heavy blows. What are you suggesting, investigator? It was Michio Shiraishi. She's alive. She used the power of the curses to get back at the men who ruined her life. That's ridiculous. You're suggesting she actually revived? It's gotta be that. And if she's alive, then... No, not you again. My apologies for interrupting. I know we've just arrived at an interesting plot point. But, do you really think a dead girl is going around taking revenge from beyond the grave? Consider this. What if Michio Shiraishi never died? But seeing as you've come this far, I'm sure you already know the truth, don't you? I wish you wouldn't say that. And so, I would have you answer me a question. Where in Honjo was Michio Shiraishi at the hour of 8 o'clock this morning? Huh? Bro, I don't like this. What's the point of the storyteller? I feel like this is a plot point they kind of abandoned for a while, and now they're just randomly bringing it back. Where was Michio Shiraishi at 8 o'clock this morning? She was just chilling. She was freaking playing League of Legends. I don't know. That's her business. Are we gonna say she was at her crib? She was at her crib. It's fine. I see. So that's what you think. Let's take a moment to reconsider what you know and choose again, shall we? Come on, bro. Come on, bruh. High school? Is that where you're gonna? Is it? This is a silly mechanic. I'm sorry. I don't like that. The park? I'll try that next. Midoricha. Bro, I don't know what you want from me. This is actually... What? I'll just go through them all, I guess. No. This is awfully silly. What? The other park? I forgot there's 2 parks, actually. Are we Michi? No, couldn't be that, right? No, I don't. I wish I could just look at the story chart. I don't know why the game doesn't let me do that. Candy shop? Okay, candy shop. You got it wrong 8 times. Well, it's a trivial matter. Shut the hell up. I'm sick of your ass. It may have been easier to reach that conclusion had you considered the cause of death. Let's get back to the story then, shall we? Yes, let's. Get out of my face. If we're Michio that... Wait, so you really think Michio Shiraishi is alive? Just think it through and it all becomes obvious. It tracks, but... Do you really think that girl could have managed all this? First of all, Ario, go report this to HQ. Understood. I'll get on it right away. Okay, so what was the point of the storyteller thing? That was stupid? That was stupid? I'll start investigating this place. Sure isn't lacking in stuff that needs to be looked at. There's a bunch of photos of the same person. That's Najima. Huh? Whoa, now, hold on. These photos. These are all the Fumichika Najima. Gross. Really, come to think of it, he was in the papers a lot back in the day. Oh, there's even more pasted up over there. These are all cutouts from newspapers and magazines about the Najima murders. I don't get it. Why the weirdo shrine? Let's keep looking around. Bro. Oh my god, dude. Whoever put these up was obsessed. I wonder what their intent was. You think the Shiraishis are somehow connected to Najima's case? Perhaps they did this as not to forget the grudge or something. It's crazy to think Najima might have been involved in all this too. Huh? Do you think he might have anything to do with the body here? Maybe. The man's already out on parole. He's a curse bearer with a cursed stone now. He's announced that from sundown today he'll be going on a killing spree. Oh dear. There's an emergency search underway as we speak, but no one's yet managed to get a hold of the bastard. So he hasn't changed his ways. This doesn't bode well. To tell you the truth, the lady here isn't completely unconnected from the Najima murders either. You don't say. That's right, we talked about it last night. 20 years ago, I found the hand in Sumida River that brought the incident to light. You don't say! You were the kid from back then! You were really brave. You did a great deed. Were you the detective I spoke with? I had no idea. Damn, that's so funny. They actually met before. So you two have met before. Fancy that. I've been worried that Fumichika Najima might bear resentment towards you, ma'am. You might be right. Unfortunately, that asshole is quite the resentful type. Oh dear. That asshole. I wonder who put the idea in his head. And now he's got the one-sided read, too. He's threatening to massacre the people of Honjo at sundown. Seriously? On top of that, he's been itching to get revenge on me as well. Of all things, the man's gone and threatened to kill my daughter. Damn, that's quite the threat. Certainly, you can't afford to stay put here. The fucker wants to get us all antsy. When I finally get to arresting him, it'll be with a cool head. Not gonna give him the pleasure, huh? Well, if Iwai and Fumichika Najima have anything to do with each other, then this room might hold a clue to Najima's location. Let's hope so. Hoo-wee! The person who put up all these photos must have been obsessed with Najima. They might have some relation to Najima's victims, or perhaps it was the opposite. The opposite? What if it wasn't loathing, but admiration? But then... There are old books scattered everywhere. I wonder what they're on about. Many of them are written in a foreign language. It'll be a pain to look through all these. Let's save them for later and continue to look around. Floor. It's off-putting to look at, but I can't help but wonder what in the world this is. They're magic runes. They're used in Western black magic rituals. Most of the time they're used as imitations, though. I wouldn't get too excited about it. Oh my, who knew the chief inspector was such an expert on the occult? Owned. Oh wow, you sure got him. I just chanced upon that information. The girl with the spirit sense we mentioned, she's pretty informed on the subject. Someone was attempting to perform Western black magic in this place. Pretty absurd if you ask me. Of course, the person in question was dead serious about it all. Ah, Western black magic, aha. Yeah. Looks like things spread around here have been like this for a while now. This ritual, or whatever, was something he attempted up to recently. Plenty of the neighbors mentioned having heard strange mantra-like noises coming from here during the night. You think Iwai was the one chanting? Hard to say. Could have been one of the Shiraishis as well. If we look through these books in the back, we might learn whatever it is they were trying to do. Book? It'll be a pain to look through all. Okay. You think I'm gonna read? Heck no. This drawer is really old. Chief Inspector, do you mind if I look inside? Huh? I mean, in normal cases, only the police would be allowed to touch things, right? Right. Ario isn't here, so let me take a look at it. There's just clothes in here. Not much variety either. Can't say they were big spenders. Well, I was hoping to find a kind of talisman here, but I guess we're not so lucky. I see. Thank you anyway. It's the same man in every picture. Is that Fumichika Nejima? Wow, this is quite the spectacle. I don't think I'll ever manage to erase this from my mind. Don't worry, Richter. You're quite the spectacle yourself. Stop flirting with the gay man! Do you mean to compare me with the likes of a bizarre criminal? These aren't just cut from publications. They even snapped a number of shots on their own. They must have admired him. Why else would they have collected so many pictures? Whatever the case, it's certain that they were obsessed. Okay, I already got that. Window? With the window and storm shutter closed. No light gets in here at all. It's pitch black. The neighbors mentioned they started to keep the house shut like this not long ago. I guess the body is the next thing, huh? Oops. There's nothing around to confirm his identity, but by the looks of him, I'd say he's Kankichiro Iwai. You've seen him before? I heard he had a criminal record, so I assumed he wouldn't have held a respectable occupation. Is this what a curse does to a person? Ma'am, it'd be better not to look so closely. It's amazing. Oh no, no it's not. Stop it, Haruhi. Cruel is what it is. Can we look at the books now? What do you say, Chief? Would you let me look through it if I wore gloves? Well, it's not like I'm any help with foreign languages. Go ahead. Thank you. Huh. This seems to be a book on Western black magic. The same runes are written here, alongside detailed descriptions of the procedures. I suppose you'd call these grimoires. It's all a bunch of nonsense if you ask me, though. You think this Iwai guy was studying them? Perhaps to perform some kind of ritual? There are a bunch of handwritten notes beside the grimoires. Whoever it was, they were serious about this. Iwai doesn't look the type to be into this stuff, but you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. But why would he be studying black magic? According to the materials, this here rune is for the restoration of youth. Perhaps he was trying to become young again. This over here seems to be black magic related to resurrection. Each of these spells requires a human sacrifice. Talk about dangerous. Resurrection? Like the rite? I guess no matter what part of the world, people will turn to the occult for similar reasons. What is it? This looks like a journal. It's probably Iwai's. A journal? His writing is surprisingly thorough. It's almost as if he was writing a report for someone. Oh wow, now this is something. What is it? What did he write? This is quite the find. Let me give you a summary. So this Kankichiro Iwai fellow, he'd been searching for a spell to restore youth for years. So he was into black magic from the start. You don't think it was him? He believed if he could learn to successfully perform the spell, he could then use it to earn a fortune. To tell you the truth, it seems like he was already getting funded after he acquired this grimoire. You don't say. This is starting to sound kind of familiar. Ah, Araishi? But first, let's find out how he got his hands on this grimoire. It seems that Najima told him where he could obtain the book when they were both in prison. What? That's nearly too much of a coincidence. Likely not coincidence. It seems like Iwai took an interest in the Najima murders after it made the news. He admired him rather passionately. You might even say he worshipped the man. Worship? Najima of all people. This was a time when students were itching to rebel. Anyone who did something to shake the world was bound to gather admirers. I mean, we still see that now. True crime girlies are everywhere. They're more popular than ever. And sometimes they even make the lives of actual victims of murders or their family members harder. Iwai had been collecting these photos ever since that time. And since he just so happened to land in prison at the same time as Najima, he made sure to get in contact. This is a lot. I mean, even having it all laid out like this. The thought of Najima being involved with these grimoires is staggering. I don't think we ever had anything pointing to that. What's the connection? To be honest, it's a shock to me too. For years we've been scratching our heads over the motives behind the Najima murders. Yep, it's been a mystery to us all from the very start. Whoa now, wait just 1 minute. Do you think... No way. Are you saying... That's right. The murders might have been for a ritual. He was attempting to perform black magic. The instructions written down for the sacrificial offering match up exactly with the acts carried out by Najima. You've got to be kidding me. So that sadistic crap he was doing was all for black magic? That's what the evidence suggests. However, Najima tried to do some type of resurrection ritual, but Iwai had different motives. Chief Inspector, you might think this is all the stuff of fantasy, but that doesn't refute that Najima and Iwai were both acting in earnest. This is batshit insane. You're telling me that Nutjob did this all for some hokey-pokey resurrection? Resurrection. Ah, it's clicking. That means there must have been someone Najima wanted to bring back to life. Damn, that's it! That has to be it! It all makes sense now! Huh? Well, what is it? So, about the Najima murders. There's some information that's been kept from the public. Go on. When we broke into his house and arrested him, we also found a baby. A baby? It was a girl, looked to be about 6 months old, but she was covered in filth. She looked so weak and sickly. We called the medics right away. If we were a second later, I'm sure the girl would have died. So, was Najima the father? He told us he'd found her under a bridge. He found her? She was abandoned. I've heard of parents threatening to leave their child under a bridge as a threat, but to think it really happens. I suppose there are those cases with the dead newborns found stuffed in coin lockers, so it's not without precedent. Whatever the case, we never found the truth. But there's one rumor from back then that I could never get out of my mind. And it's starting to sound more likely now. Well, I'm sure this isn't the first time you've heard of it. Many believe Najima's guilty of more crimes than what got him convicted. Back then, a lot of girls went missing. Yeah, I remember all that. Among the high school girls that might have been murdered, or maybe I should say, sacrificed, was a girl who was pregnant. Goodness, that's horrific. He killed her and dismembered her body, and we thought maybe the baby we found is what he pulled out from inside of her. Don't misunderstand me. This is all speculation on top of more speculation. But I, for one, never believed that man would just take in a baby he found under a bridge. I'm feeling sick. Stay strong, ma'am. I know this is hard to hear. Like I said, don't take it to be the full truth. We were running on speculation back then. Now that this whole resurrection magic has come into play, we should consider the possibility it was his child, and that maybe he was trying to revive whoever the mother might have been. It's just a theory, but my life would be a tad easier if it were true. That's an interesting thought. If there's anyone Najima will want to resurrect, a deceased wife is as good a guess as any. The fact that he obtained a curse stone suggests he has an interest in the rite of resurrection. Damn, you're right. And here I was thinking he was only after the curse's power to massacre. Chief Inspector. Yeah? What happened to the child? Without a birth registration on file, best we could do was find the girl some suitable foster parents. It was decided to keep the circumstances secret for the sake of the child's future. Well, I'm glad she was taken care of. Holy crap! Dude. My God. Damn, okay, I'm like processing that. That's a lot. So that was a lot. Oh, my stupid headphones again. This is twisted. There's still more written in EY's journal. Oh my God, I don't know how much more I can take. We know EY managed to obtain the grimoire thanks to the advice he got from his idol, Najima, while in prison. After conducting research and gathering more information, he determined he had a chance to get rich quick. Right, he thought he could make some money if he could successfully use rejuvenation magic. Correct, turns out someone gave him that idea. And get this. It was the one and only queen and chairwoman of Hihaku Soaps herself, Natsue Yamamori. Wait, the chairwoman of Hihaku Soaps? So that's where this leads. It's all connected! Here, let me read what he wrote. The queen of Hihaku has a strange fear of growing old. Her fear of death is even worse. If she does die, she wishes to be revived, and she will spend whatever it takes to preserve her beauty. Magic, rituals, and rites. She'll use whatever means necessary. Her tenacity is unbelievable. She was apparently investing money into any research on resurrection, the restoration of youth, and the like. So she would even throw her money at the occult. The place's greed will take you. Well then, that brings us to Hideki Araishi. She presumably funded his research into Rite of Resurrection as well. That's what it all points towards. I wouldn't be surprised if the Witch of Hihaku pounced at the rumors of the Rite of Resurrection. It's starting to sound likely. It might also be why she's spreading the rumor about having godly powers. It's a convenient cover for if she becomes young again. Godly powers? What's that all about? You can ignore that. Either way, I think EY took the payments he was getting for his research to seduce a family into taking him in to keep a low profile. The Shiraishi family, Michio and her mother Toshiko, were just his unlucky marks. And this is where you get involved. Are you feeling steady, ma'am? Huh? This has something to do with me? What are you talking about? Ma'am, please calm down. EY moved in with the Shiraishis to practice his magic. He needed a sacrifice to perform his youth restoration spell, but that meant extracting the life force from someone young. So it was EY, this man. EY worshipped Najima, so he must have also despised Najima's detractors. Not to mention he was captured and sent to jail once before. Surely he had a bone to pick with the police. So when he realized he had the chance to both avenge Najima, embarrass the police, and acquire a living sacrifice at the same time? You got it! EY kidnapped Haruhi Shigima's son and managed to score 3 birds with 1 stone. You're telling me then that horrid man, he never had the intention of returning my child. I thought that might have been a reason why the kidnapper seemed to be mocking the police. He never wanted money. His aim was to humiliate the force. It all makes sense. He must have used Michio to lower your boy's defenses and then kidnapped him on his way back home. That man, he took Shuichi. Ma'am, please calm down. I understand, but you must remember to breathe. You don't understand. You have absolutely no idea what I'm going through. This isn't a joke. I wouldn't expect the police to understand. You'll never understand. Living sacrifices. What a stupid, stupid idea from a stupid little man. Okay, ma'am, let's just take a moment to breathe. Why don't we go get some fresh air? I can't believe this. This is... Chief, I think it's best we take our leave. But before we go, there's one more important piece of information noted in his journal. EY got in contact with Najima last year, after Najima was released on parole. He provided him with accommodation and financial support. Is that so? He managed to find a hideout for Najima to stay in. Damn it. If anything, rather than use his money to support the Shiraishis, it seems most went to Najima instead. If Najima's looking around anywhere at the moment, it's probably in that hideout. Did he write where it is? Unfortunately, no, not that I can tell. But it seems Michio knew where it was. She never met with Najima in person, but she was made to go in and clean up, among other things. What good is that information? The girl's already dead. Wait, no, she's alive. That's right, Michio Shiraishi is alive. If you can find her and get her to talk, you can get her to spill the beans on his hideout too. Investigator, I'm asking you. I should be going, the lady's not well. I know where it's at. Phew. I feel like I'm breathing easier just not being in that house anymore. Ugh. Are you feeling better now that we've gotten some fresh air, ma'am? I'm fine. Suddenly finding out who the kidnapper was really made me lose my wits. We managed to solve the kidnapping case by pure luck here. You're right, but Richter, I feel grateful towards Michio because she killed the kidnapper. There's that too. But it's for something else. If Michio is the one killing all these people, then she must have acquired quite a sizable amount by now. Soul drags, I mean. Hey, Richter? Whether the kidnapper's dead or alive, it doesn't mean a thing. Revenge won't bring my boy back. And if Najima is planning to call it a massacre to collect soul drags, then all the better. I won't give up on resurrection. So, I'm counting on you. That was a lot. Oh. That was a lot. I would definitely understand if that was a little much for some people, but yeah. I wonder if there's like something we could watch. I kind of want to hang out a little bit longer, but I don't know what we're gonna watch. I don't really have any recent uploads to go through. Boo 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 boo. Oh, thank you. Phew, yeah. I feel like we should decompress a little bit. I'm not ready to head off just yet. But We got some bacons. Let's check out some bacons. There's a bunch of new bacons, yeah. Quite a few actually. Yeah, how about about I go take a break? I'll take my break, and then we'll come back, and we'll do that. Does that sound good? I think we need a little decompression time after that. New pointless hub. Oh yeah, we can go for that. We can do that. All right, let me save this game real quick. Crazy. Oh, this is a good game, but whew, it's a lot. It is a lot. Okay. Gonna do my break, and I will be right back. See you in just a little bit.